from @Ronald5708. It's a long comment, but the core question beneath it is, how should retirees coordinate Roth conversions, RMDs, IRMA, Social Security, pensions, and heirs instead of optimizing only one tax year? Wow, that is a very detailed question without a lot of case material. The answer to this is, when we have that many moving parts and variables, we need to come back to core principles, which are, what are our goals? So the issue here is, one of the reasons tax is so compelling is because there are so many things that attack it from different angles. And we can feel tugged in all of these directions, feeling like they are critical to address. When at the root of them, there's probably one synthesis of a goal or an objective we need to think about for our retirement, that all of them can be viewed through that lens. So not knowing your specific case, but thinking about this as a more meta case, it depends on what we're optimizing here. And I actually drew this on a spectrum right here. I think retirement, you won't be able to see this unless I get rid of the comment card, so let's do that. Retirement is really just a spectrum between certainty and flexibility. That's retirement planning itself is all about allowing us to find where we land on this spectrum. Are we over here at flexibility? Are we over here at certainty? Or are we somewhere in between, in the middle, needing a bit of both? That is really important, because the decisions we make about these things, like Roth conversions, RMDs, IRMA, Social Security, pensions, and optimizing for legacy, all can be made more concrete through the lens of whether we're optimizing for certainty or flexibility. So let me take each one and help explain. Social Security is the simplest. Delaying Social Security is a play for certainty, right? Because you're going to delay a benefit that could give you real life benefit now in present day dollars, and you're going to push it out to get the highest annual income. But doing so means you have to live a long time for it to pay off. And so it is a play for certainty, in the sense that you want certainty that if you live a long time, you will have the highest base of guaranteed income, and therefore the lowest likelihood of running out of money in those later years of retirement. Because the main reason people run out of money in retirement is longevity. It's that you live longer than you expected or longer than you had forecasted. So if we understand that, we can tie the Social Security evaluation back to that core principle. And then the question is, who are you? Are you someone that wants to optimize for certainty or flexibility? Claiming Social Security earlier is a play for flexibility, because you withdraw less from your portfolio, but you have a lower income floor, and you're basically making a play for having more spending capacity earlier, but more restrictions if you live longer. Flexibility versus certainty. Roth conversions, pretty similar in my mind. Roth conversions are insurance. They are a play for certainty. I want certainty that if I live longer than expected, my tax burden will not be damaging or devastating. If I die younger than expected and my wife live longer than expected, they will not be damaged by being in single filer brackets. It's a play for certainty for that is an insurance policy against low probability, unknown future events. So, without going through each item in this list of items you note here, that is the framework through which to look at all retirement planning items, which is basically just to say, how much am I willing to give up today in order to get certainty for a potential uncertain future outcome? And then we have to look back at data and our health and our family health history and actuarial tables to give ourselves some kind of indication of how likely those future potential negative events are to occur in order to make that decision. Now, if we don't think of it that way and we don't run all of those items through that same framework, then we're just like randomly spraying and praying and attacking things that we have no idea what trade-offs or externalities they will cause in our life. And we end up, and it's actually the fact that all of these things are complex and can feel material and are hard to ground into goals or first principles is actually, I think, one of the most nefarious things about the industry. It makes it easy to manipulate people based on fear and based on their emotions. And so one of my hopes has always been that if I teach and make these videos teaching frameworks, that we'll have a better way to look at these things through like a first principles approach, and therefore be less able to be emotionally steered by some of like the fear porn that exists in this industry. And so I hope that was a helpful answer to your question. I know it's not the exact answer. You gave a lot more kind of material there. But the point is, look at it through that framework of certainty versus flexibility. Ask yourself, what is it you would pay a premium for? Essentially, in our lives, we pay premium for things all the time. For instance, I think I gave this example last time. Like, I have twin little boys and I work a lot, and I would rather pay a premium for a handyman to come out and fix my AC than for me to take a weekend doing that at the expense of being able to see my kids. So, like, I'm not saying anyone else should make that same decision, right? Everyone pays a premium for the things that they want to pay a premium for, right? And they derive enjoyment from the things that they derive enjoyment for. In this case, paying a premium to have more flexibility early in retirement is an entirely viable strategy that has, in my opinion, been just completely sideswiped by the industry. Like, it's totally viable, and you can plan for a way of having more flexibility early in retirement. And it is also totally permissible and okay to want more certainty and have more of a preference for insurance for unexpected outcomes later in retirement. So I think that is where I will leave the answer to this question at Ronald5708, but as a good question. Real quick, let me show you the exact 3-pillar comprehensive retirement roadmap that takes retirees from uncertainty to peace of mind that less than 1% of retirees actually have in place. Now, I built hundreds of these for retirees, and I can say with a high degree of confidence that these are the 3 pillars every retiree needs to have in place in order to have full confidence that they're not missing anything in their retirement plan. And I broke each of these down by the specific questions. You can see them here that each needs to be answered and the best way to answer them. Now, we've done this across pre-retirees, recent retirees, married couples, single retirees, $1 million portfolios, $10 million portfolios, all the above, and it works. And it's my gift to you today. It's absolutely free. It's in the first link in the description below this video. It's going to say free comprehensive retirement roadmap training. Just click the link, enter your info, and you'll get instant access all for free.